Good morning, Flosstube. Pam, stitching between the lines. It is Wednesday, I gotta look, August 14th, 2019, and this is my 61st video. Not my golden video, now that we all know what that is. When it was getting to be my birthday, last year, I thought about trying to make the right number video come on my birthday, but it really wasn't necessarily possible. I would have had to do a few videos just to fill the gap. So anyway, uh, the age thing, I don't even want to say. No big secret, but still. At any rate, it's been a busy few weeks. I even made a list of what to make sure I talked about. I'm sitting back kind of from the screen so that the quilt can be seen. Anyway, so I made the list and I numbered it. And I didn't leave a lot of spaces in between the numbers. And then I kept thinking, oh wait, no, this would be more logical in this spot or that spot. I'm still moving you around a little bit. I may end up, parking myself in front of that, but first, we will address the quilt. I could do this. For years, I could hang a quilt. Of course, if you make a video only every, several weeks, it stretches it out. This quilt was just a fun, cute quilt. I wanted to try, I love to do applique with my sewing machine, so those are all applique on. It's all with batik fabrics. And I wanted to try quilting the background first and then doing the applique. Not recommended. It was not exactly what you would think. Of course, I quilted it on my domestic machine and I appliqued it. So there's a lot of bulk you have to work up under your very small neck of your machine. So anyway, it's cute as can be. The background, light brown fabric. Let's see where my the light brown fabric has paw prints on it. It's very cute. I know you can't see the detail quite so well from the back, but this one, which is a dog, reminds us of Murphy. Love that little chubby butt, because that's our Murphy. But the quilt is, I didn't look this up, because, that would have been really efficient of me. Ooh, sorry, I closed the blinds, but there's still sun coming in around them. It's called Furry Sweetness, and it's by Eat Cake. I gotta turn it around. Eat Cake Graphics. Eat Cake. And down here, it even shows the number of the pattern, Furry Sweetness, and www.eatcakegraphics.com. I think this came out in 2008. I think I just saw. Yeah, 2008. So that's not that long ago. So maybe I bought it at a quilt store. It was cute. It was fun. I have no real purpose for it per se. It's just cute. Maybe someday it'll hang somewhere. So anyway, all right. So let's move this around. To the quilt. So then another very key thing I need to do is, in my last video I talked about my friend Penny's online cross stitch store, and I inserted a picture or two of her business card, which I took on my phone and then inserted. But first, when I took them on my phone and they twisted themselves around, I had to edit it and twist it back around. And when I put them in the video, in the editing software, they were right like they should be, but when I watched the video later, they had spun around, and the video was uploaded. I couldn't. I'm not taking it back down to edit it. Sorry, Penny, but I will feature your card right here, right now, in all its cuteness. Just really quick to get things out, especially if you need threads and just a few threads and don't want to make a huge order. Sorry, that one was. Just go check out her website, check it out. And she's in Maine, and they really don't have an LNS, so kind of makes it hard. Another thing from last video was where I talked about this pattern in the stitchery. I appreciate all your help with identifying the designer. It's Luca S. And the pattern kits, not just the pattern. The kits I can find them on Russian Etsy shops. Basically, maybe for a few less dollars, but then you pay shipping from Russia. So anyway, I have not made that order yet. I had it in my cart on my computer, and then I didn't. I think it's not free shipping, I don't believe. And so I was thinking, oh, I really should order something else. So I needed to browse at my leisure. So possibly if I place an order, I will order this too. In my basket, whatever, full of kitted up things is a old-fashioned Santa. So I'm kind of on the fence, because I don't have any shortage of things to do. Lots of things to do. So anyway, what have I done in the last few weeks? I have some whips. I have some finishes. I have some things. I don't even know all the things. Oh, let me show this. I've never showed this before. I hang over here in the winter a crabapple hill quilt. You know, it hangs, yeah, this morning. It hangs in place of this black and cream one. And it's a crabapple hill, like I said, it's a combination embroidery and quilting. And I like to do embroidery. I can do it without a magnifier. So if I'm traveling maybe, or going somewhere to work on something where I really can't have a magnifier with me, or it's awkward. So anyway, crabapple hill. This one's called Snow Days. So this is the quilt, and it has 12 embroidered blocks all around it. And I bought it a number of years ago. So I've had it for several years. And I only just finished the first block. So let me open this up and show it. When you, per the Crabapple Hill directions, you back your piece that you're stitching with some muslin. So that's why there's pins in there still. I've taken out most of the pins, but some of them are still in. So it's a variegated floss. Hang on, hold the phone. Admire the quilt. Sorry about that. I don't have the floss in this box of fabric, which is a curiosity. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, because I bought like, I think a dozen skeins of this variegated floss. I don't know if you can tell in this light here. It's a kind of green-brown variegated. Maybe Cosmo. That's very possible. The shop that I bought it from, that's generally what they used when they did their models. So I will turn it up. Someday I'll be able to say exactly. Sorry about that. Putting it back in its box where it belongs. I did make progress on Spirit of Christmas. You know, when I was working on this, when I was dreaming about this, and when I was working on this, I was working on Spirit of Christmas 2. The big, huge Christmas Quaker. So that's why the name of this particular, I keep wanting to make it Spirit of Christmas, but I don't think that's what it is. I did finally make some headway. I'll put right here a picture of what it was like when I showed it to you last. And here it is now. So I'm making my way along. I mostly only worked on red in the last couple weeks. It's coming. The red looks, I hate to say it, but the red looks so much more vibrant on that dark blue opalescent torturous fabric. But I can't go back there. Can't go do that again. I also have a picture to put here of where my Sue Hillis was. Thought is occurring to me that maybe I don't have a picture of the Santa Claus, but I might. We'll try. If I didn't show one, I didn't have one. It's winter. I definitely have one of this. Isn't that cute? Cute, cute. This blue down here, I feel like, well, it's less blue than up here. I feel like it's going to take me forever because I don't have the interruption of the white, so it's just rows and rows and rows. This is the charm. This is embroidered on. These are just outlined, some of them, and a couple of them are actually stitches. So when I get over into the second half of the blue, there'll be some things to some white spots to concentrate on. So that's coming along. I don't think I'll be picking that up for a couple weeks. It needs a little break. And then I finished a Mania whip. You know, Mania, when I did Mania, I divided it into two things. I counted all my whips, except for the couple I forgot about. And then I added enough new starts to be 19. And one of my whip projects was the Farms of Hawk Run Hollow. I had struggled starting this. It took me a while, and I finally got underway, and then I seemed to be neglecting it. So my Mania goal was to finish this big box, this big double box. I felt like if I had that done, if I had that much momentum under me, it'd be easy to keep going. So I did indeed finish. It's on a 40 count. I don't know what. Vintage Country Mocha maybe. And there it is. I've been, you know, Kathleen's Trodden Trail, I think was going to her LNS on Wednesdays and working on their Hawk Run Hollows. So in spirit, I pull mine out most Wednesdays, not every Wednesday. Today, for example, it won't get work done. So while I finished a Mania goal, this is obviously still a whip. My next step is, I believe I'm going to just do the boxes around that go around a few of them. Just, I don't know, for some mindless work, I guess. And then one of my new starts during Mania was Bent Creek's Summer Soapbox. Oops, I just dropped the little paper that told you what fabric this was. And I showed you the back. Huh. Cute. It's cute. It's pretty. When I showed it to you last time, I think I was down. I had finished down to maybe around here. I think I was doing the box, maybe around the ladybug. And so then I finished up the rest. It's cute. I like the soap boxes. I have one more pattern. And that's all. I know there's another one, but I don't really like it. I've done winter. I have spring. And as interesting as it is, as much as I like autumn, I don't care for that one. I don't know. So it goes. You don't need, I feel like I don't need to go looking for trouble, like thinking I have to do them all. And then, let's see, what have I done? This was in my, with my stitching project. So it's not any particular pattern. I'm going to show you November 2018, the cross stitcher. What I am going to show you, I was thumbing through it and just, you know, admiring patterns and reading about them and whatnot. So if I show you that one, I got to show you the pattern. Oh, here we go. So here's one just for example. It fits in a hoop. It's a wreath. It's cute with houses and greens, and it actually is cute. I don't really have any aspirations to stitch it, but I was looking at some of the details about it, its size and whatnot. I know part of the pattern is here, so Look at this. It tells you it'll take 78 hours. Do you think if every pattern told us how many hours it was supposed to take, we would ever stitch anything again? Honestly, I was a little bit overwhelmed at the prospect. This one's really cute. All these holiday cupcakes. And they really are cute. This one gave me pause, and so I was considering it. And then look, 54 hours. 54 hours. You look at it, maybe it's good that we're sort of delusional when we look at a project and we think that we could finish it in a week. I don't know. I don't stitch 54 hours in a week. That would be a lot of hours each day. And then what else? Look at me making my way through my list. Maybe I can, I don't know. I'd have to edit out to get it to 15 minutes. We'll see. I made an Etsy purchase I want to show you. I bought 2 of these. Let me make sure I show you the front. They are called Needle Concierge. And actually this one has its needle on it because this one I'm using in my stitching chair downstairs. You poke it into the arm of your chair and it holds your needle. I'm going to stick a picture in right here. Of it holding my floss ring, which is very cool, up on the arm of my chair. Aren't they the cutest things? Of course, nautical. Even the hibiscus is, a flower that certainly doesn't grow around here. I got them on Etsy. A quick edit video, just because things happen. Bestie Barn Creations. Like she's your bestie. Apparently I'm never going to be hers at this rate. Bestie Barn Creations, my bad, on Etsy. I really want to give, her a fair opportunity to have her name said correctly. Lillian of Bestie Barn Creations. Check it out, look it up. And these came, I also forgot to mention how fast these came. I ordered them Saturday morning. I had them on Monday. And she lives, several states away from me. So anyway, give her a look-see. These are so stinking cute. Bye. Keep going. You're in the middle of my video still. Aren't they cute? Seriously. You can stick your scissors up there if you want. I bought them because recently I have taken to losing my needle like 10 times a day because I stick it in the arm of the chair, on either arm of the chair, in my pant leg, in the fabric. So I thought, well, if I could train myself to put it in one spot, always one spot, that would be good. It doesn't help that the cats hop up on the arm of the chair and sit there. And so then they either shift the needle or I don't know. It's kind of a mess because even if these are in there, they still hop up there. But I feel like this is big enough. They're not going to, they're sharp too. They're not going to poke themselves, unlike me. Anyway, one more thing. One more, topic I wrote down anyway is that I have confirmed I am going to the Country Sampler on October 16th. That's a Wednesday. October 16th. I would love if anybody is in the area or going to the same destination as me, which is the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat. Made similar arrangements. We could meet there. We could have lunch. I am pretty much limited to when I can get there. I'm flying into Madison, Wisconsin and renting a car, and it's maybe a half hour, 45-minute drive. So my anticipation is I would be there around 11. I think my flight might get in at 9 a.m. But I have to get my luggage, get the car, make the drive. So maybe 10:30. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not really able to waver from that time or, my route, really. Um, but there's other people going to the same retreat. Maybe don't have the same restrictions of needing to fly in, or can drive. I don't know where you're coming from. That you could be there at 10:30 in the morning, but it would be fun. I This is sort of a destination that I feel like I may only ever get to once. So I'm going to take that opportunity. I actually looked at the map and thought about, after we were done at the retreat in Iowa, staying a couple extra days and driving down to the Missouri Star Quilt Company, which is in Missouri, Hamilton, Missouri, maybe a 4-hour drive from Iowa. But I kind of thought, okay, draw the line somewhere. Draw the line somewhere. I got to get this stuff home. So anyway, that is what I am planning to do. If anybody else wants to go, wants to be there, wants to fly into Madison, Wisconsin at the early morning on an early morning flight. There's an hour's time difference from here, but my flight leaves here at 6 a.m. So it could be a really long day. But anyway, that's my plan. That's my plan. So I feel like summer's winding down. It shouldn't be. It's middle of August, but our mornings are cool. Everything is like wet outside because, the morning dew. It's not so hot. Um, my husband and I, we've had some beautiful, unbelievably beautiful weekend weather, and we are very much into water. I don't want to say water sports because that implies, like some real physical activity. We're into all things water. We have a boat, we have a jet ski, we have kayaks, we have stand-up paddle boards. We have a sunfish. So we get out on the water all the times that we can. And this past weekend, none of the kids were around, and so we were not held. We could just do whatever we wanted. We didn't feel like, there's only so many kayaks or so many stand-up paddle boards or whatever. And we did it all. We did all the things. And we were out on the lake in our jet ski, and I'm not going to blame it on the jet ski because it really was us. I'm not sure who, because it happened so fast. We got pitched into the lake, which isn't really a common thing on a jet ski. It's not especially rough water, but in we went. My husband went head first. I went feet over. And when the jet ski is like a weeble. When it wobbles, it pops right back up. So it popped right back up, and it hit me on the way back up as I was on my way into the lake. I didn't feel it when it happened, but I felt it later, and man, it got me. It got me in the hip, and I'm telling you, we are not as young as we used to be, and we've got to quit acting like we're as young as we used to be. Because while this number video might not be my golden, it is my husband's. So we need to, But even so, we played around a while longer and took the jet ski, and then we took the boat, and then we went. I went with my husband on this. He went to play this game called cross country golf at our country club, and very small seasonal country club. Don't even think what you think about when you think about a country club. It's just mainly a clubhouse for the purposes of people playing golf. And anyway, I rode along in the golf cart. Oh boy, was it a beautiful day. I mean, seriously beautiful evening. It was kind of getting to be evening. And but that was a rough ride on that golf cart, though, because my newly injured hip was feeling it. So anyway, we are not necessarily taking it any easier. We are heading to Maryland on Friday and helping our son move, helping one of his roommates move, and then getting on an airplane and going somewhere else. So we will watch summer wind down and try not to get hurt. Who moves in the middle of August in Maryland? Anyway, it's been a super, super fast summer. if you stayed with me this long, this is something I should have done in the beginning. I'm doing it now at the end. I have had a real uptick in subscribers, which I very much appreciate. I know as you've been making floss tubes for a while, people start to get to know you. People on other floss tubes start to mention something that you've done, or I don't know that they met you, or I met them. Like I went to StitchCon the last couple of years, and whatever. So I feel like if you're just popping in for the first time or the 10th time or the 12th time or the 60 something time first, it could only be 61. Just to I feel like I need to reintroduce myself. Pam, I had a blog, Stitching Between the Lines. The blog is still there. It's blogspot.com. Same name, stitchingbetweenthelines.blogspot.com. Pretty much when blogging kind of faded away, I quit doing it. There came a time right at the end of my last video or my last blog post mentions my first floss tube video. So I think that's where the difference kind of picked up. But anyway, I live in Western New York. I've been married for over 30 years. I have 3 grown kids. Now they're grown. When I started all this, they weren't. They're all through college. They're all out on their own. They're all in the working world. I have 2 girls and a boy. The girls live relatively nearby. My son lives down in Maryland, works in the DC area. So nobody's married, and I don't have any grandchildren yet. I'm optimistic I will. Travel all the time. My husband travels, I travel, we travel together. We're always getting on an airplane. Or I prefer flying. I don't like to drive. I don't like to be a passenger in a car, and I don't like to drive. So, which doesn't explain a lot of anything. We live out in the country of the Finger Lakes, outside a small city, a very nice small city that's a real tourist destination. And that small city is outside a bigger city, and it's just beautiful. It's lots and lots of farming, lots and lots of Mennonite farms. I tried to take a picture. I was driving Sunday morning. When I head to church Sunday morning, I head on a road where I pass many horse and buggies and people, Mennonite folks on bikes heading to church. And so it can be a little bit of a slow go. But I took a different route this Sunday, going somewhere different, and easily 30 buggies out on that road. And it's fun. It's neat. We respect their privacy and desire not to have pictures taken, but because I was at a standstill behind all our roads go like this. So you come up, as you're coming up behind a horse and buggy, if you can't see over the rise, you're not getting out around them until you can see whether there's cars coming or not. Every couple of years we have a real tragic accident. So we try to have lots and lots of patience. My road I live on has 2 new Mennonite farms and 2, let's see, one what used to be a farm has been subdivided into 2 farms, also purchased by Mennonites. I don't know if they're going to build houses on it or not. It's just it's booming, the Mennonite population, and they make nice neighbors. They're nice neighbors. We have the young couple that moved in down the road about a half a mile, moved in a couple years ago, and every year at Christmas they stop by to visit because that's what neighbors do, and bring a plate of cookies, and it's really been enjoyable. Last year they brought their little boy who was 8 months old, I think. It was so cute. He was such a cutie. So they're so cute. The one year before the baby, they rode their bikes to our house to visit. And then last year, they came on Christmas Eve, and they drove the tractor, their big, huge, giant John Deere, parked out in our driveway. So sweet. So it's a beautiful place to live. It's beautiful. Anyway, I'm not sure where I'm going with it, except the fact that there's a lot of people, like I said, new to my videos. And what I have to say, though, is that I'm not finding... it's terrible. It's hard to find new videos to watch. I'm going to make a concerted effort over the next couple weeks because I think I'll have a lot of time, free time on my hands, to search around and see. I'd love to hear in comments videos that you all watch that you think I'd like. I have my tried and trues. I sometimes pop in to try a new one or two that people mention, but if they're not working on the kinds of things that I work on, or, just whatever, different, I don't know. It's just something has to click, I think, is what it comes down to. So, anyway, I appreciate all of you that stop in and comment and just watch, because we're just talking about the same old, but I don't know. I know how much I like to see it, and when people don't post for a long time, I start to wonder what's up, what's going on, because we feel like we've gotten to know them even if we haven't met them in real life. So anyway, I appreciate your time spent with me, and hope you're enjoying the rest of your summer if you're here in the same hemisphere as I am. I love fall. Look forward to fall. I love the happiest day. I'm serious. I get this like jolt of excitement when I start to see like the leaves on the road when you drive and they swirl out of your way. That and the first snowfall. I know. I can't help it. I don't know. What can I say? Happy Wednesday.